Jesse Owens, an African-American athlete, leapt into history by making it to the 1936 Berlin Olympics, competing for America despite facing prejudice from both Americans and Germans alike. Owens defied Hitler's view that Germans were superior to all other races and showed America that African Americans could be equal to whites.
This inspiring young athlete was born September 12, 1913 as James Cleveland Owens, son of a sharecropper and grandson of a slave. He was born to nothing, but through his stand he became great. Due to a pronunciation error a schoolteacher made, Owens went from JC to Jesse. Owens was not born strong, and as a result, when Owens was 5 years old, he had a malignant tumor inside his chest. Owens' family was poor and could not pay for it to be removed, so Owens' mother, Mary Emma Owens, took a kitchen knife and removed the golf ball-sized tumor from his chest. Owens nearly died, but he pulled through by pure willpower and was stronger ever since.
Owens took a stand. He was very, very young, simply by surviving. He was born impoverished. He was born very, very ill. He suffered pneumonia several times when he was 5 years old.
His career started in 5th grade where gym coach Charles Riley asked Owens to join the track team. He had noticed Owens' sheer enjoyment of running. He knew that if coached, Owens would be great. Coach Riley would forever be Owens' inspiration, especially since a white male had approached a young African American, which was rare, and became his friend. The track team at the school was all white, so Owen knew he would have to start breaking barriers to become a respected athlete.
Throughout Owens' career, he competed in 3 events: the 100 and 200 meters and the broad jump. Owens' high school coach believed Owens could do well in the Olympics of 1932, so Coach Riley trained Owens to compete. Owens then competed in the trials, where he lost every single event as a junior. Later that year, Owens' first daughter, Gloria, was born. Afterwards, Owens went back to high school and won 75 out of 79 events he competed in that year. This resulted in Owens becoming the track captain and the class president.
In the 1933 National Interscholastic Championship, Owens, still in high school, competed in the 110 and 220 yards and the broad jump. He set a world record in the 220 and the broad jump and tied the world record for the 110. Owens graduated high school in 1933 and went to Ohio State University with no scholarship for track because they could not offer one at the time. He then got the nickname Buckeye Bullet because he was the all-star of the team, from Ohio, and fast as a bullet.
Owens' new coach, Larry Snyder, recognized the athlete's potential but did not treat him specially because of his talent as other coaches had. Snyder coached Owens harder than any other athlete, and the results greatly justified the technique. Snyder insisted that Owens compete in the Big Ten track competition as a sophomore. Owens was hesitant but did what his coach had requested. At the Big Ten, Owens won 3 out of 4 events he competed in. He then went to the Big Ten Championship in Ann Arbor, Michigan, where he broke 3 world records and tied a 4th in under 45 minutes. This proved to himself and others that he was ready for the Olympics.
Owens was happy with his success and wanted to add to it by marrying his girlfriend of 5 years, Minnie Ruth Solomon. Owens then cared for Gloria and Minnie, his daughter and wife. All of these events took his mind off school, which took him off the track team at Ohio State for a season. Owens brought up his grades with determination and hard work, and as a result, he could now compete on the track team his next season.
In 1936, the United States of America considered boycotting the Olympics that year since they disagreed with the morals and policies of the Nazi regime that was emerging from the Third Reich in Germany. The disagreement finally resulted in the U.S. agreeing to compete in the Olympics.
The National Association for the Advancement of Colored People sent a representative to Owens' hometown in order to convince Owens not to compete in the Olympics. Owens had officially dropped out of the Olympics, but when Owens went to share the news with Coach Larry Snyder, Snyder was very disappointed and threatened to take him out of Ohio State's track program. Coach Snyder wanted him to run because he knew that Owens was a role model for young kids and African Americans everywhere. By dropping out, he was letting them down. Owens then decided he would run in the Olympic trials of 1936 after all.
Owens then went to the Olympic trials in New York and competed in 3 events: the 100 and 200 meters and long jump. Owens received first in every event. This made him the favorite for his events. Owens was now a part of Team USA, being one of 19 African Americans on the team. When Owens arrived at Berlin, his coach Larry Snyder surprised him by being there and said to him, "The American people need champions, to remind them of what they are capable of." This motivated Owens to win the Olympics for his family, friends, and Americans of all colors.
Owens then went into the stadium and was welcomed to boos from both the German and American crowd. That only inspired him to do the best possible. Despite the crushing odds and the disheartening words from the people, Owens ran the 100 meters in a time of 10.3 seconds and won his first ever gold medal, tying the world record, setting an Olympic record, and continuing his momentous stand in history. Owens' achievements led the people of Berlin to hail him, an African American, as a hero.
The biggest thrill in Germany was when I won the 100-yard dash and the American flag went up and they were playing the Star-Spangled Banner. That was very...
As a gold medalist, Owens walked up to shake hands with Hitler like all the other gold medalists. When Owens was up there, he found out Hitler had left the stadium because of two reasons. One being that Owens was from America, and two being that he was African American, which Hitler despised. Owens' coach Snyder was upset at this, but as for Owens, he knew that the only revenge was to run his best. Haywood, Christopher Owens is the great-nephew of Jesse Owens.
The difficult thing about Jesse was the inequalities going on here in America, and a lot of people didn't want to run, and he thought about doing something bigger for the world, and he was focused on running, but he said, you know what, there's inequalities everywhere. If I can go there and I can prove that I'm just as good as another man, then I do it. It's for me, that's taking a stand on a big level.
When second race, the 200 meters, Owens walked into the stadium and this time was welcomed to wild and enthusiastic cheers. While in the worst position on the track, Owens ran the race in a mind-blowing time of 20.3 seconds, winning his second gold medal and making his stand even more of a blow to Hitler and the Nazis.
Owens' next event was one he was expected to win, the long jump. Owens was nervous and fouled his first two attempts. He had one more attempt and would have fouled it if it weren't for Luz Long. Luz Long was a competitor from Germany, but he still took a stand against Hitler with outstanding courage by calming Jesse and helping him to make the finals. However, when the final jump came, Luz Long's jump was equal to Owens' best. When Owens' turn came, he took a mighty leap and sailed through the air, winning the gold medal and setting a world record that would not be equaled for the next 25 years.
However, Owens wasn't finished yet. He was to replace one of the runners in the 4x100 meter relay because America did not want to anger the Germans by allowing Jews to run. Because of this, Owens and one other African American took the place of two Jews. Feeling guilty, Owens said he would not run. Owens did not like that he was running in the place of his friends because of what other people thought, namely Hitler, whom he had already overcome. America told Owens to run, so Owens and his teammates, fueled by anger for Hitler, ran the 4x100 and set a world record that would not be broken for 20 years.
When Owens returned home, he was welcomed with a ticker-tape parade. This parade was for every Olympiad, whether they won or lost. Owens, a winner, got cheers and a warm welcome as a reward for his stand. Soon after, Owens' second daughter Beverly was born. With all the excitement, Owens expected his life to be better and perhaps even acquire a well-paying job. But instead, he received nothing but odd jobs, such as pumping gas or even racing against horses for money. As Owens once said, it was bad enough to have toppled from the Olympic heights to make my living competing with animals. But the competition wasn't even fair. No man could beat a racehorse, not even for 100 yards. His third daughter, Marlene, was born in between all this hardship. He then traveled the world teaching sports to young boys such as track, basketball, and baseball. Owens helped many children by teaching them about everything they needed to know about importance of values and community.
Years after the Olympics, Owens had the weight of stress on his shoulders caused by trouble with jobs, so he smoked more than normal. He died from lung cancer on March 31, 1980 at the age of 61 and was buried at the Oakwood Cemetery in Chicago, Illinois.
Owens' stand was such an important historical event, the Jesse Owens Museum was created. Owens' daughters loved what their father did and decided to create the Jesse Owens Foundation to help train young boys to run track and receive scholarships from the foundation or a college they are going to.
Jesse Owens took a stand in history even through prejudice and hardships. He not only defied Hitler's beliefs but received help along the way from his coaches, a new lifelong friend, Luz Long, as well as his family.
Together they broke worldwide barriers for all minorities everywhere in the world. As Owens once said, "One chance is all you need."